But let's start here. Let's start with the NFL. And Steve DeSager, just heard him. Tua just got a big deal. He just got a contract extension from the Miami Dolphins. Patrick, what is that? 4 years, 215? Is that what it is?
It's about
12.
about
212, 167 guaranteed.
And I'm going to say this. I'm not speaking out of school, but me and Chris Broussard, we went at it over this. He claimed he didn't want to pay Tua, that he wanted to wait and see more. And I was like, what more is there to see? Okay? What more is there to see? JR, the biggest thing was, can he stay healthy? You remember with the concussions 2 years ago, right? He played all the games last year, 17 games, no concussions, no issues. He played. And then he was in the top 5 in a ton of statistical categories, including passing yards, touchdowns, all kinds of. He had an incredible year at quarterback. Plus, he put up a 70-piece. And we're not talking about nuggets. We're talking about a 70-point game in the NFL, which we hadn't seen since, I'm going to say it, since the Louisiana Purchase was in escrow. It had been that long. And so this is a quarterback league. You got to pay. If you don't have a quarterback, JR, you can't compete. You're not winning anything. Do you have an issue with the Dolphins cashing out Tua? Because I don't. I think that they did what they needed to do. They hadn't had a quarterback since Dan Marino. They've been searching for a quarterback for 25 years.
I agree. They needed to break the bank and pay a Tua. I had this discussion on some other radio shows with some other guy that works here sometimes, and he didn't think Tua should be paid in the $50 million range. And what I explained was the Dolphins have no choice.
Thank you.
Like you said, Rob, it's a quarterback league. If you think you have a guy, he's throwing for 4,000 yards, he's throwing close to 30 touchdowns, he has weapons. Don't forget, coming out of Alabama, they said he was a generational player before he got hurt, fractured his back or on that play, and then the concussions became a problem. And now he took the jiu-jitsu classes, remember, learned how to fall and roll. Obviously, those classes are helping because he stayed healthy last year. Everyone said he was a concussion away from his career ending. That's the only concern that I have. It only takes one hit to get a concussion and for all those previous concussions to come back and affect you adversely. But he's been, when he's healthy, he is a top 10 to 15 quarterback in the league, and that offense is explosive, like you said. And they're just getting started. Remember, Mike McDaniel's young in the game. He's the new innovative mind, right? He has now a tool in Tua. He has him playing his best ball of his career. So they have a nice connection, Mike McDaniel and Tua. Then you have Tyreek Hill. You got Jalen Waddle. I mean, you even got OBJ now, right, in the cut.
And you know what? I just brought it up. Since Dan Marino retired, before the 2000 season. You ready?
Yep.
And I said it. The Dolphins have struggled at quarterback. 25 players, including Tua, have started at least one game for the Dolphins since the turn of the century.
Yeah.
And only one of those players, Ryan Tannehill, signed a multi-year extension. Only one out of the 25. What are you looking for? Who are you going to get? What's your alternative? If you can answer those questions, then maybe you got a solution. But if you can't, last year Tua led the NFL with 4,624 passing yards, set a career-high 29 touchdown passes, became the first Dolphin quarterback to lead the league in passing yards since Dan Marino in 1992. Sure. You hear me? 1992. And his total passing yards were third most in the season in Dolphins history behind Dan Marino, who did it twice. So I don't understand what this, like, oh, we want to wait. Oh, I'm not so sure. Not so sure about what? What's the alternative? If you don't pay him, what are you going to do? Start all over? They got two other players, offensive players, right? Making a ton of money. So you have a team that's ready to win now. Yeah. They got three offensive skill players making at least $70 million in guaranteed money. So this is about today. This is about now. It ain't a 5-year plan.
It's all about today. And it's all about now. And Tua, the only knock they really have on him is his playoff performances. But think about it. If you wait, though, you're right. If you wait, you'll be in the same position like Dallas and some other teams. You'll be paying him more than $53 million. If he throws for 4,700 yards again this season, $53 million and actually takes you somewhere, $53 million is going to look like a bargain soon, especially after these next quarterback contracts take place.
But let me tell you this. That's always the thing. Well, what about the playoffs? Well, yeah, what about the play? Here's my thing. There's so many things about the playoffs. And no, he hasn't played well. But also, you can't win until you win. I heard the same stuff about a lot of players. Mm-hmm. I heard that Michael Jordan he's a great player. Doesn't make anybody better. He can't win. I heard that. I'm not making it. I heard that about Michael Jordan. I heard everybody told me Jason Tatum couldn't win. Jason, he's a great regular season player. He can't win a play. They won. You don't win until you win sometimes. And I'm just saying with Tua, I can't look at that guy and say that he can't win or he can't win a playoff game. They tried to put that on Lamar Jackson, and I know he hasn't had the success that people want, but you can't tell me that guy can't play and he doesn't give you a chance. It's about, can you get a chance with these guys? That's it. Nobody's perfect. You're not signing a guy who's already won 8 playoff games. And here's the other thing. Jordan Love had a great playoff game, right? Beat the Dallas Cowboys. He's not signed. They haven't run out. Okay, he won a playoff game, a big playoff game in Dallas. If that's your criteria, why didn't he have a contract already stamped, right? Because now they're saying that's but there's only one game. We don't know yet. What? You don't know. You won't know. And you could sign a guy. You could wait and sign a guy, and you still won't know.
And sometimes, remember, it's the quarterback that's waiting and the team that's waiting to see how the market falls. They probably wanted to wait to see what Tua got. And then they would have probably tried to slot Love somewhere around there. Now that it's clear that Tua was going to be one of the highest paid guys in the league.
He's third
now.
Yep.
Yeah, you got Jared Goff making 53. Lawrence making, 53. Now Tua slots in. Dak's going to be above that.
So I think, but it's actually the 3 highest are Trevor Lawrence,
right.
Joe Burrow making 55.
55.
Right, and then Tua making 53.
Goff. Yeah, and Goff 53. So
yeah, it's pretty incredible, the money, but that's where it is when it comes to quarterbacks.
And it's hard to find them. It's hard to find good quarterbacks. Let's just be honest. We say these teams have an abundance. There's an abundance of quarterbacks in the NFL. Look, trying to get by Patrick Mahomes, Rob, you're going to have a lot of AFC quarterbacks that do not have championships or have what people call bad playoff losses, right? That Kansas City team that went to the Super Bowl last year on the back of great defense and Patrick Mahomes.
But mostly defense. Let's just be honest.
Mostly defense. 26-7, though. They whooped up on Miami, right? So, there's going to be – you have to have the full team, but you definitely can't win without the quarterback. So you have to pay him because the stats just keep going up and up, and the numbers go up and up and up.
This is the NFL, though. This
That's
is
the
what
market.
they did. This is the market. They have made this a quarterback league, and so you got to pay those guys. At one time, it used to be the running backs were the featured player on the offense. There are games, go back and look, where quarterbacks threw the ball 12 or 13 times a game. That was it. They didn't throw the ball 50 times in a game. And so if you're throwing the ball 50 times, quarterbacks are going to get paid. All right.
They don't have to win to do it because, Rob, how many Super Bowls do you think the top 10 highest paid quarterbacks in the league have combined?
Give me a number.
0.
The top 10?
Yeah.
Oh, paid.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, because
Mahomes, it's all about the future.
Because Mahomes took a bad deal, though.
Right, he's 11th.
He should be the highest paid. Yeah,
but it's all about the future. He has the highest contract.
Yeah,
he has the largest contract.
Just not guaranteed, and it's kind of funny. He doesn't have the most money. It was a bad deal. He should have the highest contract at all time. I mean,
and if you're going to complain about Tua, complain about Lawrence, Burrow, Goff, right? Herbert, Jackson, Hurts, Murray, Watson.
Guys.
None of them have won yet.
Yep. I mean,
you have to invest
it's
if you
just
think you got a winner.
if you think you have a winner and you got a guy. We just saw all the stats and records since Dan Marino. They've been looking for a quarterback since 2000, 25 years. All right.